Hinduism, like all other religions, is essentially an organized institute or program in which the spiritual or moral teachings are imparted. In Hindu religion, apart from many gods with different virtuous attributes, there has also been flow of other highly exalted persons who are regarded as spiritual heroes and have become the role models for ordinary men and women to shape lives in their footsteps. This presentation will give glimpses of few such spiritual stars of the ancient period. During the age called the Tetra Yuga, there was a king, Raja Harshchandra, whose reputation of truth and charity had spread to all corners of the world. Once the king gave away the entire kingdom and everything that he possessed to keep his word of honor. Earlier, he had told Rishi Vishwamitra that he would give in charity whatever asked for. He even had to sell his wife and only child, and he himself became a slave labor in a funeral home to procure more money to fulfill the vow. He was put to the ultimate test when his wife brought the dead body of his son, who had died because of hunger and starvation. Raja Harshchandra then asked his wife to pay for the cremation, without which he could not perform the cremation. This was what his master had instructed him. It was then that all the gods of heaven descended and hailed Harshchandra's moral character and commitment to truth. This is the way the Hindu rishis would often manifest divine intervention in the end in order to protect the virtuous. Sharan Kumar is the legendary hero of the Hindu pantheon. He has earned his place in history for his remarkable service to his blind and crippled parents. He placed them in a palanquin and carried them on his shoulder to visit all the places of sacred pilgrimage. At one site in the forest, when he went in search of water for quenching their thirst, he was accidentally struck and killed by an arrow shot by King Dashrath. When Shravan Kumar's parents learned of their beloved son's death, they cursed the king in anguish. "You too will die one day, crying for your son who will leave you." King Dashrath eventually met his fate when his son, Lord Rama, got ready to depart for the 14-year exile. This tale thus emphasizes the inevitable principle of karma. As one sows, so does he reap. But even more important, Shravan Kumar is remembered for his fine service to his blind and handicapped parents. Prahlada is the spiritual hero of the mythological tale in the Srimad Bhagavatam. His father, the demon king Hiranyakashipu, had 4 sons. The youngest was Prahlada. The king was too arrogant and callous. He wished that all should worship him as the supreme god. Young Prahlada had a spiritual mind and humbly declared, "Sri Narayana only is the supreme deity who is omnipotent and omnipresent." This devotion to Narayana enraged the king, who would not listen to such defiance from his own son. When he could not persuade Prahlada to worship him, nor could he frighten him in any way. He finally called Prahlada to his court so that he could kill his son with his own hands. However, the Lord appeared in the form of the half lion, half man, Narsimha. At once the Lord struck the wicked Harnakshu, killed him, and saved his devotee Prahlada. This is one more tale in the Hindu pantheon that shows how the Lord comes to the rescue of his true and loyal devotees and frees them from the clutches of cruel and arrogant oppressors. King Janak was the father of Sita, wife of Lord Rama, but he has earned a very special place for himself as a supreme Karam Yogi. He also became known as Videha, without body, as he became unaware of his own body and its demands. Janak's example is cited even today to demonstrate that even with all his worldly possessions, he remained unattached. He performed his duties as king and householder, but he was not affected by the surroundings and circumstances. He is therefore considered spiritually higher than a sannyasin who has renounced the world. Hindus are often reminded to emulate Raja Janak in everyday life. Hindu theology is full of such spiritual tales which extol the divine virtues and prompt mankind to wean from sin and evil. Truth, faith, devotion, service, humility, detachment, etc. are usualized in Hindu culture. Arrogance, evil actions, fondness for material possessions, wickedness, etc. are denounced.